from WB Mason Stadium on the campus of Stonehill College. You're watching Stoughton Black Knights football on Stoughton Media Access.
1, 2, 3, hammer!
Steve Vecchione here from Stonehill College, joined by Stonehill College player Tommy Bernotis. Tommy, a pleasure to be with you.
Pleasure to be here.
Should be a really exciting game, but first let's pause for our national anthem. So the players are on the field,
Junior,
and we are set to go. Stoughton will be kicking to Canton as we get going here. Stoughton 3-1 against the Canton Bulldogs, their big rival, 1-3.
Kyle Fitzgerald.
So Fitzgerald, number 2, is back for Canton, along with Hersom Rivera, number 9. Those are 2 sophomores back there for the Knights, but it's fielded by the up-back over the 30-yard line, and a big run down the sideline as we get going here and pushed out of bounds at the 40-yard line. Canton.
A phenomenal return from Elaine Jean.
That is Elaine Jean, G-E-A-N, with the return into Stoughton territory. So the 2 main kick returners did not field that ball. It was Elaine Jean, the senior, a 5'6" senior, and that was quite a return.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely a good way to spark the game off.
So Canton and Stoughton last year, both games were decisive Stoughton victories. Stoughton started last year's game during the regular season with a big Justin Lee run of 86 yards. Canton answered early in that game, but Stoughton went on and won the game handily. And then there was the annual Thanksgiving game. Stoughton won 48-0. So already Canton is off to a terrific start in a game that could be very close. Canton has played close games this season, and they're utilizing a lot of young players, including the sophomore Johnny Hagan, who will take the snap here. He has 3 passing touchdowns this year. Let's see what Dave Bohane's team, the coach of Canton, let's see what they have coming out of the gate. The ball is on the 40, 1st and 10. In motion, Rivera. Now they look to the sideline. First play from scrimmage for Canton. Rivera in motion. They go to the left side, though, for Harris up the sideline. And he will get 14 yards. Ruben Gonzalez wrapped him up, but a little bit of deception on that play.
Yeah, I mean, they set the guy in motion, and I definitely caught the defense off guard, it looked like.
He was in motion twice, actually, and they faked to him and then went to the playmaker, Harris. We'll call that a 13-yard gain and a 1st and 10 for Canton. Johnny Hagan, the quarterback. Keep an eye on him. Keep an eye on Alec Ragusa, number 30. He is tied for the Davenport Division lead with 7 rushing touchdowns. He's alongside Hagan. It comes on the jet sweep, and that's Fitzgerald pushed out of bounds. Good gain for Canton.
Johnny Hagan passes off to Kyle Fitzgerald.
We are early in the game.
Fitzgerald gives it a good run.
About 38 seconds in.
4-yard gain.
We'll call that about 5 yards.
Gain. So
2nd down and 5 on the 22. So Canton with Jean with the return on the kickoff down into Stoughton territory, and they got a 1st down on the first play on this drive. And now they have a 2nd and 5 on the 22. They go up the middle. That's Ragusa, and this time the Stoughton defense will force a 3rd down. 3rd and about 3 coming up.
Alec Ragusa.
Again, Ragusa has 7 touchdowns this year. 3 touchdowns in the win over Pentucket.
3rd down now.
2 touchdowns against Milford. He had a touchdown in the loss last week in overtime to Foxborough. That was a really tough loss for Canton. We'll get into that in a little while. But now it's 3rd and 4 for Canton on the Stoughton 21. Big opportunity for the Bulldogs as we are playing here at Stonehill College. Johnny Hagan to his left, looks down into the end zone. 2 Knights are there. It's an interception for the Knights. An interception in the end zone, and that is Matt Hadley.
Yeah, I mean, really, that quarterback, he looked like he was trying to spark a little bit of momentum coming from the big kick return, but he looked like he just forced it in there.
They had about third and about 4, and they decided to take a shot into the end zone. But you know, if you get the first downs, that could be a positive thing too for your offense. So they went for broke, and it didn't work.
He must have just wanted to spark, but couldn't get it there.
So Stoughton with an interception, thwarting the Canton early opportunity. And now Evan Gibb, the quarterback for Stoughton, on 1st and 10. Big series of events for Stoughton. They go misdirection, and that is a 3 or 4 yard game for Justin Lee.
To Ruben Gonzalez. Gonzalez gives it a run.
So it'll be 2nd down and about 6.
David Allen with the tackle. Ruben Gonzalez.
We'll call it a 3 yard gain, 2nd and 7.
Oh, 2nd and 7.
Stoughton averaging about 25 points a game offensively. They had the rough game against a good Foxborough defense in the rain. They swing it out to Gonzalez, and he will get close to the 30. It'll be 3rd and short. Ruben Gonzalez is having a big year, number 2, 16 catches, now 17 for 266 yards, 2 touchdowns. He has a 2-point conversion. He also has an 89-yard kick return for a touchdown. Ruben Gonzalez, number 2, has been doing a tremendous job for Stoughton offensively. It's 3rd down and 2 on the 28. Early opportunity for the Knights to keep a drive going, but Showquist is stopped short. Good play by the defense of Canton.
Give it to Showquist for the first down.
Oh, excuse me. They do call it a first down. He got to the 30.
That's yeah, it's a close call, but I mean, he definitely crossed the line there.
Black Knights get it up to the 30.
So I thought Showquist was short there, but they marked it to the 30. So a good
here on their own 34.
Good opening series for Stoughton. 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. Matt Hadley with the big interception. And now Stoughton on his first possession. Play fake. They come out to the near side. That's overthrown for Showquist. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Alex Showquist. Pass incomplete.
So Stoughton averaging about 25 points a game. They averaged about 32 points a game last season in the 8-3 season. And they did lose key players, Ryan Sullivan, eyes on Swain Price. The big losses offensively. And they've done a pretty good job with the guys they are using this season.
2nd and 10.
Gonzalez is out to the far side. It's 2nd down and 10. Ball on the 30. Gibb hands to Showquist. He gets about 5. 3rd and 5 coming up. 7:45 and running.
Again with the carry.
Here in the first quarter, Canton had an early opportunity, but on a 3rd and short, they went for it all in the end zone.
It's a 5-yard gain.
An interception hurt Canton.
Yeah, I mean, we're really going to have to see if Stoughton can take over and kind of get some momentum on that big play, but they haven't been able to get anything yet, just a few short plays, but I mean, they're driving.
They have big play capability, particularly with Ruben Gonzalez, but Alex Iverson has been terrific, averaging 8 a carry with 22 carries, 182 yards. He's number 25. It's 3rd down and 5, approaching 7 in the first quarter. Stoughton looking for its 2nd first down. That was almost intercepted, and it's incomplete, and that would have been a pick 6. Had Brendan Albert, number 35, been able to come up with that for Canton.
Yeah, I mean, Ruben Gonzalez had the chance to get that ball, but just fell out of his hands there.
So 4th and 5. Stoughton had 1 first down on that drive, but that's it.
The kick team here.
So again, it's the sophomores back there, Fitzgerald and Rivera for Canton on the punt.
Paul Feeney lining up for the kick.
Paul Feeney sends it deep, and a fair catch called by Kyle Fitzgerald. So Canton will start its 2nd series, this time in their own territory. Ball will be at the 28, 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. Steve Vecchione with Stonehill College, defensive end.
Yeah.
Tommy Bernotis. How's your team doing?
Well, we're 3-2 right now. We're actually right in the middle of our bye week.
After a good punt
And I mean, we've won our last 2 games, so we're hoping to just kind of keep it rolling as the season goes on.
It's a beautiful field here. I mean, it must be fun to be a college player here.
It really is. It's a beautiful field, beautiful campus. It's a great place.
Well, we have terrific high school football here today. It's 1st and 10 for Canton. They run that sweep again. Fitzgerald doesn't get much. Burke in on the tackle. 2nd and long coming up for Canton. 2nd down and 9. So if you just joined us, a correction on the tackle, by the way, that was David Bell with that tackle.
2nd and 9.
But on the 2nd and 9, Canton will look to see if they can do a little better than they did at the end of this drive. On their first drive, they had it in Stoughton territory, but an interception following a long kickoff return hurt the Bulldogs. 2nd and 9 on their own 29. The quarterback is Hagan. That's Ragusa. It's a very short gain. The interior of the Stoughton defense doing a good job. 3rd and long coming up.
And that looked like it was Alex Shoquist there, who was flying into the backfield and started off that contact there.
Shoquist has done a terrific job on both ends of the ball.
3rd and 8.
He's a senior.
Defensive line
passing situation for Canton, 3rd and 8. Hagan had that early completion, but then they went deep and he threw that key interception. Again, he's a sophomore. We'll keep an eye on his decision making on these 3rd and longs. They run a blitz at him. He's in trouble and he goes down. And that's Shoquist with the sack. Alex Shoquist. Hagan really didn't know what was coming. They threw the whole 9 yards at him on that one.
Yeah, I mean, you got to do what you got to do in that situation. You don't want him to get any more momentum. So I think it's a good play call right there.
Hagan didn't force it, though. He didn't try to pass it. He just took his medicine, took the sack, and this will be a punting situation. Our first look at Tony Harris, who does a lot of things for this team, including punt.
Tony Harris lining up for the punt.
So Harris, the punter for the Bulldogs, pretty good punt, and that's fielded by Gonzalez, or it's dropped actually, and fallen on at the 34. He was not able to come up with that punt.
Tony Harris
did the wise thing. Instead of trying to make something of it, he just fell on the ball.
Oh yeah, I mean at that point you just got to cut your losses and dive on it.
Right around the 30.
So Stoughton has its 2nd possession of the game, no score. Stoughton had 1 first down on its last drive.
After the punt from the Black
So we'll keep an eye and see what Evan Gibb does.
First possession.
Evan Gibb has
Tony Harris
completed 34 out of 52 coming into the game for a 65.2% throwing the ball. And he's been rushing the ball at about 5 yards a carry. Evan Gibb is a dual threat quarterback. And as we speak, he tries to run, but a good defensive play by the Canton defense. Tripped up there.
It's Jude Alpert there with us.
By Curvins Theodore, the senior, 5'10", 250 for Canton. So
2-yard loss. And
Gibb tried to make something of that, but a 2-yard loss. So it's 2nd and 12. That was a design play for the quarterback.
Yeah, I mean he looked like he had some space there, just couldn't get through.
12 to go.
But Gibb has had positive yardage more often than not when he does run the ball. An extra weapon. Now Alex Iverson will come out to the near side in a receiving position. 2 receivers out to the left. It's 2nd and 12. Gibb takes the snap, fakes. He's going to run again. Tries the far side. Gets some yardage out of that. But it'll set up 3rd down for
Evan Gibb with the quarterback.
the Knights. Gibb with 2 straight carries. The stop there for Fitzgerald, the defensive back.
James Murphy with a tackle from the Bulldogs.
Ball on the 36.
36.
Stoughton has it on the 36.
3rd down now.
They have 1 first down in the game. We have no score, 3.5 to go here in the first quarter. Throwing situation for Evan Gibb. He has done a good job passing the ball all year. Looks like they're changing things up along the sideline. Gibb talks to Shoquist. Plenty of time on the play clock, 3rd and 6. Gibb takes the snap of the shotgun, rolling to his right. He's in trouble. Now he's just going to throw it out of bounds. There was a receiver there, Iverson. He was being chased by the Canton defense. And
Brendan Albert again.
Brendan Albert has been very active defensively for the Bulldogs, was putting pressure on him.
Yeah, they were in the backfield real quick there, so I think he made the right decision just throwing it away instead of taking a sack.
So already this year, we are seeing an improved Canton Bulldog defense. Last year, Stoughton did almost anything it wanted against the Canton defense in the two big victories, the one during the regular season and the one on Thanksgiving. So far this year, the Knights have only had 1 first down. They're punting again. Here's Feeney, fields that high snap. The ball will take a bounce, and it's picked up by Fitzgerald. He looks to go to his left. He's being pursued. He cuts upfield, stays on his feet, and almost breaks it, but gets out to the 36.
There, getting through several defensemen.
Ability to stay on his feet there by Fitzgerald.
Yeah, and seeing Kyle Fitzgerald, the sophomore, I mean, seeing him putting production in special teams, on offense, on defense, I mean, he's playing pretty well so far.
After all that running there, he had about one guy to get past, and Rahman put him down, Colin Rahman, but that could have broken free had he not encountered number 4 for Stoughton. But now Canton has the ball for the 3rd time. That was quick. They get it back quickly. It's 1st and 10. They have it on their 36. Now they're going to run the far side. Good gain, breaking it, and going, a flag is down, but that was Hersom Rivera
with a big carry.
getting it past midfield, but we have a flag down.
Lucas Bryant with a tackle.
We'll see what the officials came up with on that long run. So Canton with a good positive gain on that run to the far side, the right side of the offense, changing it up a little. They've been coming more to the left side, but that was a costly penalty on the run. Ball's brought back to the 41 of Canton. I didn't see what the signal is. I'm guessing a hold.
I think it may have been a block in the back after he broke through the initial line, but that's I mean, that's unfortunate. It negates a really good play there.
First down.
Unfortunate for Canton, positive for Stoughton. It's now 1st and 5 after they mark the yardage. Now they try the near side, and Sanda is there to meet
Brendan Albert with a carry.
Excellent form tackle by Sanda.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he was setting the edge there, and I mean, that's what you like to see out of those guys.
Only 2nd down now. Remember, they started that 1st and 5.
So we had a 1st and 5 situation. That was a loss.
It's going to be 2nd and 8.
So it's 2nd and 8 now, back to the 38. No score, less than 2 in the 1st quarter. Neither offense has been able to put too much together. We've had a couple first downs in the game total, but nothing substantial. 2nd and 8, Canton on the 38. Ragusa up the middle. Positive yardage over the 45 up to around the 46, close to the first down.
Yeah, that's going to be a close one, but that's a great play. I mean, he carried a couple defenders the last couple steps there, so we'll see where they spot it.
Not quite, so it's going to be 3rd.
Ragusa is a hard runner. He's 5'11", 205. He's very durable. Again, he has 7 rushing touchdowns this year. Had a touchdown in the heartbreaking loss that Canton suffered last week against Foxborough in overtime.
On their own 45.
Canton has a 3rd and 1 on their own 45. Approaching a minute to go. They go up the middle. Ragusa is stopped by the defense with Burke in the middle there.
Ragusa again.
And it's going to be close as to whether he was able to get forward progress where the chain is. So we'll see here. That was good defense on Ragusa, but it may not have prevented the first down. We'll see if they bring the chains out to take a look at this. Canton has 1 first down in the game so far. That was on its first series. They took the opening kickoff into Stoughton territory. They got a first down, but then an interception by Hadley prevented Canton from scoring on its first series. This is their 3rd series.
Line it up.
And they are going to take a look at this.
Any predictions?
I don't know. I mean, it's a good call to bring it out. Like, that's too close to call, but looking to me like it's going to be just short of a 4th down.
Will be closing
or just short of a first down.
So it's almost a half yard. It'd be very risky to try to go for it at this juncture.
That's going to be 4th.
And I don't think they're going to do it. Well, let's see. I'm looking for Tony Harris, number 12. Perhaps. Oh, there he is. He's out there. Looks like they're going to punt it. Probably a wise move this early in the game. No score. Field position really is important.
Exactly. I mean, It could be a time to do a fake, but just to spark the momentum, maybe
About a minute to play.
get an early lead. But at this point, I think it's safe bet would just be to take a punt right here.
Keep an eye on any potential fake possibility on 4th and a half yard, and that's what
There
they do.
it is.
It goes up the middle for a first down.
Take it.
Well, I guess I called it.
First down, we'll wait and see.
I mean, that's a good play right there. Just sending it to the personal protectors, going direct snap and right up the
Once again,
middle.
ladies and gentlemen, the bathroom.
So, minimal risk. You give it a shot, 4th and a half yard. You got blown out twice to Stoughton last year. You're trying to send a message to your team, hey, we're all in tonight, and a 4th and a half yard, a fake punt,
and 9 o'clock tonight, so you can
a direct snap for the first down. So now Canton with some momentum.
Bulldogs have a first
First
down
and
here
10 on the 47.
1st and 10.
Fitzgerald in motion. Rivera to the left of Hagan. Now Rivera in motion. They run that jet sweep. Cuts to the sideline, but a good tackle. And that's Showquist again, been very active defensively.
Yeah, definitely.
With a carry.
On that fake punt, though, I think that must have just been Coach Dave Bowen. He said,
with a stop.
you know what, I trust my defense. We've been playing a good game this first quarter.
And
I think we got a chance. I mean, if we don't get it, we stop them on defense, and that's just what they did. They got that first down, and hopefully let's see if they can do something.
Well, you know, when I say minimal risk, if you don't get it, Stoughton has it in Canton territory. But as you say, Coach Bohane trusting his defense that if they don't get it, that his defense has played well to this point. They've played well this season. That if they show the team that they're all in and that they go for it and make it great, but if not, they're still okay.
Exactly.
So a terrific heads-up move by Canton to get the first down. They are coaches that we've been talking about by Coach Dave Bohane of Canton. He's been with the school through a lot. They had a 3-8 season last year. They had winning seasons in 2014 and 15. But he's trying to get this program on track, and I think that 4th down call sends a good message to his team that in spite of some tough losses recently, and again, I'll mention the Foxborough loss, the Scituate loss was a close loss, the Milford loss, a close loss. They're 1-3 coming into the game, but they've played a lot better than that.
Yeah, the way they're playing right now, they don't seem like they're 1-3.
Bulldogs going to pick it up.
They seem improved from the team I saw last year as well. It's 2nd and 9. Fitzgerald in motion, a little trickery. They go with Rivera, but that is snuffed out by the Stoughton defense. And in the middle of that was John Jolly on the defensive line for Stoughton. 3rd and long coming up.
No gain.
So 3rd and long.
3rd and 9.
Canton kept this drive alive with a direct snap on a 4th and half yard. Showing punt, but not punting. We are no score
47
early in the second quarter.
And 9.
Again, Stoughton had 40-plus points against Canton in both games last year. Very low scoring game so far. They swing it out to the far side on 3rd and long, but that will not get the first down for Canton. The reception by Jace Emma, the sophomore. That gets into Stoughton territory, but it'll be 4th down coming up.
Not quite far enough. Just right around
4th down
51.
and we'll call it about 5 at the 49 in Stoughton territory. How do you like a second fake punt?
I think right here would be a little bit too risky. I mean, you got 5 yards, one thing to pass it and expect your fullback to get a little bit, but it'd be tough right here.
All right, so Harris is back, takes a low snap. His receiving ability came in handy there. Fielding that snap and getting the punt off. It bounces around the 27-yard line, and that's where Canton will take over 1st down and 10 here early in the second quarter, 10:06 to go. So we have not seen a lot of offense to this point from Stoughton, but they have a versatile offense with Ruben Gonzalez, Justin Lee, Alex Iverson, Jean Roux, a lot of playmaking type contributors on the Black Knights. First series of the second quarter, and Iverson goes up the middle for about
gets a couple of yards.
a few. 2nd down, and we'll call it 7 at the 30.
Owen Lehane was the last one up there.
You talk about their offense. I mean, they have the playmakers. They have Ruben Gonzalez and Justin Lee and all those guys. And they've been spreading the ball out to them pretty well. But, I mean, you got to give credit to Canton. They've been shutting them down pretty well.
With the wing T offense, they use a lot of misdirection, but the Canton defense seems to be on top of it.
Exactly. You're coming back from a...
We'll call it a 4-yard gain on that last play. 2nd and 6 on the 30. Jason Joseph, 32, is the tight end on the left side. Back split behind Gibb on 2nd and 6. They give to Lee, the right side. Tries to get around the edge, stays on his feet, goes towards midfield, and is thrown out of bounds by a 20-yard gain for Lee. First down.
Yeah, I mean, he broke a couple tackles there. That's just a good, hard run right there.
That'll be good for a first down and then some. Number 12, Tony Harris.
Out of bounds at the 47.
Lee out of bounds.
So a 17-yard gain on that run.
Just shy of the 50-yard line. First and 10 now on their own 47.
So Stoughton has not had the ball yet in Canton territory. Great chance to do that here, but they want to go all the way with a touchdown to establish control of this game. It's 1st and 10. They have it on the 47. Stoughton has big play capability, as we just saw. Here's Lee again. Gets to midfield and over midfield down into Canton territory.
He gets a couple of yards there. Several.
2nd and 6 coming up. Justin Lee had the big 86-yard run in the first game of
49.
The Canton rivalry last year. That set the tone for the whole game. He is a senior and he runs hard.
Bulldog territory.
Yeah, absolutely.
2nd and 7.
Ball at the 49.
Shy of the 49.
Gibb gets the play. So Stoughton, with a 17-yard run on this drive, getting into Canton territory, and now the whistle by the officials. We're going to get a timeout. No score.
Timeout, Canton.
So it's been close. It's been close. Again, reviewing Stoughton's season. 2 consecutive 28-14 wins to start the season. They've won a very well-played game against Franklin to open the season. Franklin has struggled since that game. Stoughton won the next game against Catholic Memorial 28-14, so 2 28-14 wins to open the season. The tough loss of Foxborough, followed by the win against Sharon. So right now, in the Davenport division, coming into play tonight, Foxborough is tied with North Attleboro at 2-0. Milford and Stoughton are tied at 1-1. Canton and Sharon are 0-2.
Assigned Tom Brady helmet.
This is the time of year you really find out what your team is about as you make a playoff push.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, getting to the playoffs is tough, no matter what level you're playing. So we'll see what they can do.
So some tough games coming up as well. North Attleboro next week, Milford the week after.
2nd and 7 here.
So the next 3 games for Stoughton will determine its playoff fate. We resume at 2nd and 7, and now another whistle. And we have a procedure penalty. That'll knock it back into Stoughton territory. 2nd and 12 coming up. So again, Stoughton plays North Attleboro here next week. Another game at Stonehill College. Hope we have the same weather for that game that we have tonight. It's a very comfortable evening here, no rain.
Oh yeah.
I don't think there's any rain. Did I jinx anything? I don't think so.
Yeah, 5-yard penalty in the offense.
8:28 to go, second quarter.
Breach of the line of scrimmage.
It's 2nd and 12.
Still 2nd.
So another game here next week as the road show continues for Stoughton. Again, they're playing all their games this year away from Stoughton High School with the high school under renovation. A transition year for the Knights. Doing well with a 3-1 record. The second down play, misdirection, and a game past midfield will set up a 3rd down, and that carried by Matt Hadley, who had the interception earlier in the game.
Hadley gets it up just over the line again, just over the 50.
So it's at the 49 of Canton.
Brendan Alpert with the tackle. They bring it right back to where they were.
Brendan Albert, by the way, on the tackle there. He's been very active defensively for Canton.
3rd and 6.
As we've discussed at several junctures of this game, Albert has been very prominent on a lot of the defensive stops for the Bulldogs. The Canton defense has played well in this game.
Stoughton's
offense, 25.3 points per game. No score to this point. 7:43 to go, second quarter. It's 3rd down and 6. Gibb to the far side. That is caught. A possession catch looking for the first down by Gonzalez.
With an excellent catch.
And it's marked at the 41. And I think that's enough for the first down.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good pass. You just needed to get over the sticks, and I mean, he got him. That's a good catch.
They weren't trying to do too much there. They have big play capability, but I called it a possession catch, looking for the good play on a 3rd and 6 or 7. So now it's 41, the 41-yard line of Canton. Stoughton is moving. They had a 17-yard run earlier in this drive. 1st and 10 on the Canton 41.
On the 41.
2 receivers out to the left. Rue closest to us. Less than 7, second quarter. Gibb takes a snap. Showquist up the middle. Gets about 2, and the Canton interior defense with a good job there.
Yeah, you don't always see that formation. They got 2 split out wide on both sides, so trying to throw a little bit different action at them.
A 2-yard gain.
As a defensive lineman, I guess you're reading your keys and seeing what's going on there.
Yeah, at that, I mean, judging by the formation, you're expecting a pass, and then seeing the cue or seeing the halfback running in there, it's kind of a shock to the system a little bit.
2nd and 7 on the 38. Gibb fakes to the sideline, looks downfield, but he had nowhere to throw that ball. He was being pressured. 3rd and long coming up.
Yeah, Canton was in that backfield real fast there.
He tried a little trickery looking out to the far side, but he had no intention of going there. I think he wanted to go deep, but he didn't have time to throw the ball. So the Canton defensive pressure has been good on Evan Gibb. They've contained his running, and he's not been able to throw the ball with any degree of consistency to this point. And we are 3 minutes and 40 seconds into the second quarter, and we still have no score in this game. It's 3rd, and we'll call it 7 on the Canton 38, and now a timeout for the officials as they don't point in either direction, so I'm not sure if anyone called time or whether it's an official timeout. But a big 3rd and 7 coming up for the Black Knights. They have not threatened to score as of yet.
I mean, really, neither team has threatened to score at all. Canton got close on that first possession, but then quick turnover changed that pretty easily.
And they were only close because they had the nice kickoff by the senior to start the game, but after a good play to open that drive, they threw an interception on 3rd and short into the end zone, and that's been it. We haven't had any real opportunity since then.
There have been a few big plays, but neither team's been able to put together a full drive.
Very different from the games last year, Stoughton and Canton. Big rivalry game for Stoughton against the Bulldogs. It's 3rd and 7, Gibb down the middle, and Gonzalez has it knocked away. And is it picked off? It was picked off. It was deflected and picked off by Fitzgerald.
I mean, that's a great play. He saw that ball go up. He looked for it right away. And I mean, guess he got hands on that because that's an amazing catch right there.
Actually, I think it was Herson Rivera, number 9, coming up with the interception. So the Canton defense looking for Gonzalez. Herson Rivera with the interception.
Before it hit the ground.
And he's a sophomore. Again, this team has sophomores contributing this year. Good young players. Coach Bohane has young players contributing, and that was a terrific play on 3rd and long. The interception thrown by Gibb, looking for Ruben Gonzalez. The Canton secondary doing a nice job there. Now Canton has a 1st and 10 on their own 11. That's Ragusa double teamed, but look at Ragusa's power. Moving forward, a flag is thrown late on that carry.
Stop there, flag down.
So we'll see what they had there. A personal foul face mask against Stoughton, so that'll be a first down for Canton.
When you see a guy like Alec Ragusa, he's 5'11", 205 pounds. I mean, sometimes you got to use the face mask to bring him down.
Built low to the ground, but powerful.
Oh, yeah.
And he, as I've been saying, has a lot of touchdowns this year, 7 of them. And
I'm going to bring it up to the 27.
Canton played Foxborough really tough last week, and it was a 21-21 game after regulation. They lost on a touchdown by Foxborough in the overtime, but Foxborough beat Stoughton, so by that logic, this figured to be a close game coming in, and that's what we have right now. They swing it out to the far side for Harris, short gain up to the 30, 2nd and 7 coming up.
Hagan with a quick pass out to Tony Harris.
Harris is dangerous. He has 3 receiving
Happy
touchdowns.
there with a tackle on the 30.
He's a playmaker. He had an end reverse for the touchdown against Stoughton in the first series for Canton last season against Stoughton in the blowout win for Stoughton, but Harris demonstrated his fine ability. They have 2nd and 7 on the 30. That hit Hagan in the face mask and a fumble, and Stoughton, I believe, recovered.
I don't think either team was ready for that. It looked like the center must have just been a miscommunication because that ball went right off his face mask.
Now Hagan is saying something to the officials.
Some miscommunication on the Bulldogs.
Definitely the word miscommunication.
Confer now.
And they're going to say that
ref indicating that it
was a snap and a fumble. Hagan was not ready for that. I think it hit him in the face mask, and Stoughton was able to recover. So now a huge opportunity for the Knights with their 2nd turnover of the game.
Yeah, this is something, I mean, they weren't able to capitalize on the first one, so they can get some points here before the half. That would be a good momentum booster for them.
The first turnover prevented Canton from scoring. This turnover gives Stoughton a chance to score in Canton territory. It's 1st and 10 on the Canton 28. Showquist bursts on the right side. He goes all the way for the touchdown. Alex Showquist, 28 yards. And Stoughton with a 6-0 lead. The senior with a terrific run.
That's a great play. I mean, you saw him, he was running all over the field throughout the 1st and 2nd quarter. You knew something was going to happen with him, and there it goes. That's just a great run by him.
So for Alex Showquist, his 2nd touchdown, he had been averaging 5 yards a carry coming into the game. He was worked into the lineup last year, and now as a senior getting tons of playing time on both sides of the ball and doing an outstanding job. Here's Josh Kochi. That's mishandled the snap, and the extra point is no good. So now Stoughton is 6 for 8 on extra points this season. It is 6-0 after the 28-yard touchdown run by Alex Showquist with 4:56 to go in the 2nd quarter. But on that carry, Stoughton taking advantage of the turnover.
Yeah, I mean, that's what you like to see. One play and you're done. Because really just get the momentum, don't let it slow you down at all. So that's a good play by them.
What did you see from Showquist on that run?
I'm excited.
I mean, he knew he had a guy blocking downfield there. He had one guy to beat and gave him a little shake and bake, got up the sideline and made it into the end zone.
We will be
so we've had a close game all the way through here today. Canton was not able to take advantage of its field possession on their first series.
Tuning up right now.
An interception by Hadley, preventing Canton from scoring on their first drive of the game. Stoughton here in the 2nd quarter recovers a fumble, and Alex Showquist with a 28-yard run. Stoughton in the lead, 6-0.
At this point, there are portable toilets underneath the stand.
Rivera, number 9, to the near side, and Fitzgerald along with Jean on the far side. For Canton on the kickoff here by Kochi. Stoughton leads 6-0. Alex Showquist with the touchdown. Stoughton, though, missing that extra point. Hopefully for Stoughton's purposes, that will not come back to bite them in this game. And that's a short kickoff by Kochi. The up back fields that. And going down at the 35-yard line is Jace Emma, the sophomore. But good field position for Canton nonetheless.
Jace Emma there grabbing
1st and 10 Canton. Right they are now down 6-0. Last year, Stoughton beat Canton 42-22 in the regular season game and 48-0 in the last game ever at Anthony L. Sarno Field. A memorable day for the Black Knights last year in their annual Thanksgiving game with Canton. These teams play twice a year now. during the regular season and on
Black Knights
Thanksgiving.
will be receiving the football during the
Stoughton and
second half.
Canton, big rivals. They run the reverse, and in trouble is Rivera, a big loss. Showquist everywhere.
All over the field tonight, it looks like.
Rivera with a carry.
So that's a loss back to the 29. We'll call it a 6-yard loss.
Down
That'll be 2nd and 16, the worst
about
situation
6 yards
Canton has encountered yet in this game.
under the line of scrimmage.
So Canton fumbled
Bringing
on
up now second
its
and
last
16.
possession. The quarterback, Hagan, not expecting the snap. He fumbled it. I think the ball hit him in the face mask. Stoughton recovered the fumble and then immediately turned that into the only score we have in the game. Fitzgerald takes it on 2nd and long and a short gain over the 30.
Kyle Fitzgerald
The blocking
with a carry.
not opening up much of a hole there.
Showquist with a tackle. Big
Showquist
show
with
getting
another
it done on
tackle.
Defense.
So 3rd and long coming up for Canton. Less than 4
Fitzgerald gets
in the
the
second
Bulldogs
quarter.
up to the 32.
It's at the 32-yard
2-yard
line.
gain. And it's 3rd and 14.
So it looks like the marker is around the 40,
Looks like it might be
4.5-yard line.
Yeah, exactly.
So we'll call it about a 12-yard situation for Canton on 3rd down. 3rd and 12. Straight back is Hagan. They run the screen pass. It is caught, but in trouble and going down is Fitzgerald. Stoughton had no trouble with that. That's Feeney with the tackle.
Hagan with a
Yeah, it
quick
looks like
pass.
their defense saw that
Under
coming all the
pressure,
way.
Kyle
They had
Fitzgerald.
2 guys right around him. I mean, he was almost even
David
picked off, it
Bell
looked
with
like.
a big
A safe
tackle.
call on 3rd and 12, the screen
Bell
pass.
bringing him down for
Not
another
wanting to
loss.
take chances with their
Another
sophomore
back to the
quarterback. We
28.
saw what happened when they went deep. He threw it to double coverage on the first series. But now they're forced
Fourth
to
and
punt
3.
with less than 3
That'll
to
bring out
go
Tony
here in
Harris
the
here.
second quarter.
Tony's got a boot.
Stoughton has a 6-0 lead on a Showquist touchdown run. High snap for Harris that time. The first one was low,
Kick.
or the last one was low. This one is high. He gets off a very short punt
Bulldogs will put
Yeah,
of about
Tony-
20 yards.
Doesn't
Tony
get past
Harris,
the
I mean, that
50-yard
6'4"
line.
frame, I mean, if he was an inch shorter, I don't think he could have gotten that one.
Two bad snaps.
The last punt, he had to go down the field, and that time he had to leap to get it. Each time his punts have been short,
Territory with 2
and
minutes and 41
now
seconds
Stoughton
to
has it
play.
again in
Here's
Canton
the second
territory.
half.
It's been a struggle offensively, but the Knights have a 6-0 lead.
Here in the second
And
quarter.
with 2:41 to
Second half
go
coming
here
up.
in the second quarter,
After halftime,
they have a
of course,
chance
our
to really establish
Marching
control
Black
of this
Knights
game
coming up and
if
the
they can get a
homecoming
second
quarter.
score before halftime. So they have it 1st and 10 on the Canton 49. Stoughton started slow last week against Sharon and then turned it on late in the first half and into the second half. Here they throw it out to Gonzalez. Nice gain down to the 32
Ruben
of
Gonzalez with
Canton, a
a stellar run for the
17-yard
first
gain.
down.
1st and 10.
Gets through a
Stoughton.
couple of Bulldogs defenders. Jack Connolly.
So Gonzalez
Big
showing his
hit,
offensive
bringing
skills there.
Gonzalez down.
He can go deep. He can take the short passes. He can run the ball. They've used him running it, and he set some big gains offensively running
Flag
it.
on the play.
Looks like there's a flag on the play, but refs talking it over, it seems.
It looked like a block below the back. Thanks for picking up that flag call for me. But this is coming back. So unfortunately for Stoughton,
the
penalty will send this backward. We had a Canton play earlier in the game, something similar after a nice game. They had a block below the waist, I believe. So one for each team, but each time that hurts because that negates a 17-yard pickup. We'll see where they mark it.
The refs are conferring here.
And there's some confusion as to where the infraction occurred. They will mark it off, I believe, from where the infraction occurred. So this is coming back. Stoughton had a big gain negated by that penalty.
Spotted at the block and walk it back 10.
So this comes back to the 42-yard line of Stoughton.
Gonzalez did get that first down, so it's going to be 1st and 20.
So again, it is a first down
Another
because
one,
of the block
42.
below the waist, though. They mark it from where the penalty occurred. It goes back 10.
1st and 20
It's
for the
on
Black
the
Knights
42.
here.
This will be 1st and 20. So Stoughton looking to go up 2 scores, 6-0 lead. Had a great chance to be on the 32-yard line of Canton, but A penalty below the block below the waist sends it backward. 1st and 20 on the 42. Gibb takes it, goes up the middle, and Gibb hit hard, but a 7-yard gain, and Albert there again.
Quarterback Keith, Gibb runs it up about 8 yards.
Greg Burke, the coach of Stoughton, calls Evan Gibb
Brendan
a
Alford
linebacker playing quarterback.
Gibb gets it up to the
He is
48.
a very tough runner, and again, we talked about that dual component capability.
6-yard gain.
2nd down and 14. Stoughton has it on the 48.
14.
That was a 6-yard
On the
gain
run,
for Gibb.
48.
A minute 35 to go in the 2nd quarter. 2nd and 14. 2 receivers out to the near side. Gibb takes the snap. Straight back he goes. Looking deep for Rue. And it's broken up.
But there's a flag
thrown
there.
on the play. Yes, a flag thrown.
John Rue, the intended
That was
receiver there.
Marquise Montez with the
Looks like it was a flag
infraction.
down on the defender.
So they were going deep for Jean Rue, who is another one of those
Jean
Stoughton
Rue.
playmakers. He had a touchdown in the Franklin game. He's only a sophomore, as the cliche goes.
Penalty
But
goes
that was
against the
a-
Bulldogs.
Bulldog penalty. So Canton committing a penalty on that long pass play. They will mark it off from the line of scrimmage. The line of
Walk it
scrimmage
back to
was
the
the
original
Stoughton
line of
48,
scrimmage, which you remember was 14 to go.
and it's 15 yards on that
They
interference
walk it
call.
up 15 yards.
And it goes down to the 37 of
first down.
Canton, 1st down.
That's what you like to see with those, those
pass
deep
is
plays. I mean,
incomplete, but,
obviously you want an
pass
incompletion, but
interference on the
pass
Bulldogs.
interference is the next best thing.
Black Knights catch a break here.
So
It's
Stoughton
first
had a
down
rushing touchdown
on the
earlier.
38.
On the previous play, they looked for a long pass. Now they go to Gonzalez in the wide open space, and he's brought down, but he
Ruben
crosses the 30
Gonzalez
down to the
with an
28.
excellent catch, runs it up a few.
A nice gain.
Right
Tony
after
Harris
the
with a
first down,
defensive
don't
play.
think.
Another flag
Flag
is
on the
down.
play.
With a minute 10 here to go in the 2nd quarter. That was a
Tony
positive
Harris
gain for
with the
Stoughton.
tackle.
We'll see what they call here. So Gonzalez was in space, and he's dangerous when he gets in that position. A good tackle by Harris, preventing an even longer gain. They pick up the flag, I
And there
think.
will be no
Yep,
flag.
looks like that waved that off.
There will be a timeout, Stoughton.
So as perhaps you could hear in the PA, a timeout for Stoughton. 6-0. Black Knights lead on a 28-yard touchdown run by
Ladies
Alex
and gentlemen,
Showquist.
I would just like
Just
your
again,
attention for a
last
second
year,
here to
Stoughton had
recognize one of the
40-plus
many
points in
Stoughton
both
High
games
School
against
alumni
Canton,
with us this
but
evening.
only 6 points tonight.
4
We've
years
seen
ago, this young man
Canton
was one of the best
playing a
backs
very
in the
physical
Hufflepuff
game
League.
defensively, and
On
as a
October
defensive
11,
player here at
2013,
Stonehill,
he suffered a season-ending
you
injury
can appreciate good
and was in
defense
surgery
on
when
both
his senior
sides.
game
Yeah,
and
absolutely. I mean,
conducted.
it's definitely
Today,
a defensive
going
battle
back
right
here
now.
for Stonehill
I've been seeing the
College.
Canton,
The athletic
Canton
staff
coach
would
has been
like
switching
for him
in a
to
lot of
hear
his
his name
defensive
as a senior
linemen
once
guys.
again,
Wants
during
to
senior night
share
and
the reps, make sure no
homecoming.
one's getting too
Ladies and
tired or anything,
gentlemen,
because
can you please give
I
a
mean,
round of
Stoughton,
applause
the score wouldn't show, but they've had a lot of plays on offense so
Malachi,
far.
if you
So
could stand and wave to the crowd.
As a
We'd love to see
defensive
ya.
player, you see a quarterback like Evan Gibb. He can run, he can
Let's hear
throw.
it for Malachi.
What is
What is
key to a
Stone's
defensive
finest?
player stopping a quarterback
And
with
one
that
of
ability?
Stonehill's finest now.
I mean, with a quarterback like Evan Gibb, I mean, it's not fun because you got to worry about the run, you got to
Okay,
worry
here we
about the
go. It's
pass,
gonna be second down
and I mean,
and
playing
3.
linebacker too, he'll beat you.
In essence, a linebacker playing quarterback. All right, it's Gibbs going straight back here, in trouble after the timeout. Gets away somehow. He's carrying defenders with him.
Wow.
He had Owen
That's all I can say.
Lahane.
Can you believe that?
He was
Evan
riding
Gibb.
Owen Lahane on that, and what a run by Gibb. We were just talking about his ability to run.
First
He
down,
saw it
Black
there.
Knights.
He gets the first down
Evan Gibb was
to the
looking for a
23
pass.
of Canton.
Owen
Yeah, I
Lahane
mean,
had the tackle.
When you
seemingly.
make contact with him, you got to make sure you wrap
Evan
up
just gave
because
it
he
a run.
will break
He just
tackles.
didn't go down. And the Black
Owen
Knights have the
Lahane,
first
the
down.
sophomore, was doing his best there to bring Gibb down, but you saw how tough he can be. And now with a minute to
Stoughton
go,
calls a timeout here with
Stoughton has a
1
lot of
minute on the
options.
clock.
They have plenty of time to
They've got a first
either
down.
get a touchdown or get close to the goal line if they have to kick a field goal.
A first and 10.
But they're thinking touchdown here. 6-0 lead on a 28-yard run by Alex Showquist here in the second quarter. And those are the only points we have in the game.
And the Ultimate
Stoughton,
Sports Fan Raffle.
3-1, hoping to go 4-1 with games coming up against North Attleboro and Milford.
Ticket, one of 7 great prizes on
it's already time to start thinking playoff positioning. Stoughton right now in the middle of the pack of the Davenport, hoping to go 2-1 in the Davenport if they could win this game. Out of the timeout, it's 1st and 10 on the 23. Gibb rolling to his right, stops, throws to the far side, caught by Sanda, out of bounds around the 6. 1st and goal coming up for the Knights.
Evan Gibb connects with Colin Sanda.
So the ball will be marked around the 6. Nice looking play there.
Yeah, I mean, that's great of him. He rolled out a little bit, but he knew he had to throw the ball. He had pocket awareness and put it right on the money.
Evan Gibb is a very poised quarterback, and again, we talked about it early. He can throw deep, he can throw short, he can run. He's tough. He leads this offense, and they have a lot of players who have been making big contributions. So to the near side is Sanda, to the far side Iverson. It's 1st and goal on the 7 for Stoughton. Gibb takes a snap. He's going to run with it. Very short game, if anything. Ragusa in on the tackle for Canton. 46 seconds to go. The clock is stopped. Whistles blow. We have a timeout. And that'll be a Stoughton timeout.
Yeah, I think that's a good call. I mean, even though you're on the 7-yard line, you want to keep as much time on the clock as possible.
Well, they knew they had the ability to call the timeout there, so a run with a guy who can run like that with Gibb. He's very, very efficient with his running, and he's very, very tricky with his running as well. They do a lot of misdirection, a lot of faking. All right, out of the timeout. It's 2nd down and goal. Another whistle. The ball is marked on the 6.
Timeout.
What do you think, Yanni? Is that ball on the 7 or the 6? We'll call it officially the 7. We'll call it on the 7. All right. Talking to my man Yanni doing the stats here. The great Stoughton Media Access crew covering Stoughton football for Stoughton Media Access. Steve Vecchione here today with Stonehill player and defensive lineman.
They can go into the second half with a 6-0.
Great to have you with us today.
It's great to be here. I mean, first game doing this, it's a great time so far.
It's 2nd and goal on around the 7, we'll call it. The scoreboard is showing 6. But we'll call it the 7.
Black Knights coach Burke had some
Sanda along the near side.
I'm sure he's got something up his sleeve.
Lee is in a slot.
2nd and goal.
Different formation here.
46 seconds to play.
2nd and goal for Stoughton. High snap. Gibb has to go back for it. Kicks it. Picked up. Perhaps the ball is loose, and Canton comes up with the fumble recovery. That is Ben Seaman recovered it for Canton, and a bad snap and a missed opportunity for the Knights late here in the first half.
Yeah, I mean, that's tough. I've been in those situations before. The ball's bouncing around. You want to pick it up, but at that point, you got to just cut your losses and dive on it there.
Now Canton has it on their own 43. You have a sophomore quarterback back there. You've got a playmaker, number 12 in Harris. He has the ability to do the long pass if he can get open. Will Canton be trying to get into the end zone or close to it with 36 seconds to go? They look like they're going to do that. They throw it deep, and that's incomplete along the far side, or near sideline, I should say. The attempted pass for Jace Emma. At least it was safe along the sideline where it couldn't be picked off.
I mean, that was a good catch by him. It was out of bounds, but he did get hands on that. It's good hands by him.
So Hagan, the quarterback, he has an interception in the game and a fumble. If you're Canton, you may be happy with a 6-0 deficit at this point. It's been a close game. Your sophomore quarterback, a turnover here could be problematic. But it's 2nd down and 10. There are 29 seconds to go. Now they're bunched in a little close here. They do run the ball. Now a reverse to Harris. We talked about the reverse last year. Canton tried some trickery, but Stoughton was ready for that.
Yeah, I mean, they got to throw out all the stops, you know, try and score before the half. Fortunately, that one didn't work for them.
That play worked last year. It was the first series of the regular season game against Stoughton.
John
It actually contributed to an early
tackle.
tie game at Canton last year. The game
loss
during the
against
regular
East
season
Florida,
last year was
third and
played at
10.
Canton. This is technically a home game for Stoughton here at Stonehill College. They're in their home uniforms, away from home.
Timeout here with
What would
18
you think, being a
seconds to
player
play?
on a high school team, playing all its games on the road? What
Third down.
would go through your mind during the season in a case like that?
I mean, it's tough because having to play a new field every week, not really having a place to call your own. I mean, having to get on the bus for even 20 minutes as far as Stonehill is, it's tough for them. It definitely puts them in like a different mindset. They seem to be doing okay so far, though.
But as we've talked about, this is a beautiful field, and I'm guessing, and I know, that the program very excited to be here. So it's 3rd down and 10. Harris comes to the near side. They could try the Hail Mary down the field with Harris. We'll see if they take that chance. They fumble it on the safe handoff, you would think. Wasn't so safe with Ragusa, and they're fortunate to get it back there.
Yeah, I think now, I mean, 4th down, you got to just take a knee, do whatever you can to try and run out the clock.
So less than 10 to go, it's 4th down, and I think they can just run it out. And it's homecoming here, so there are going to be some homecoming festivities for Stoughton at halftime.
The first half.
And very close game. And Canton has hung in there with Stoughton after losing to Stoughton twice last year by big margins. Canton involved in another close game. They are 1-3 coming in here, but they've played the Knights tough. We only have 1 touchdown in the game and 1 score in the game, and that was a touchdown run by Alex Showquist. We'll be back for the second half here from Stonehill College. I am Steve Vecchione with the play-by-play here tonight.
We'll be back in
a
just
pleasure
a few
to be
minutes
here with you at
with
Stonehill College.
Court.
And we'll be back for the second half. Again, the score, Stoughton 6 and Canton nothing. You're watching Stoughton High School football from Stonehill College on Stoughton Media Access.
That would be great.
We're back here for the second half.
Knights
Steve Vecchione with Stonehill College player Tommy Bernotis here from Stonehill College. It's 6-0. Stoughton at the half. A lot of turnovers, Tommy, in that first half.
Yeah, that's really been the story of the first half. Each team with interception and a fumble, but we'll see how it goes in the second half.
Okay, so Canton will kick to start the second half. This is Owen Lehane, and it comes to Rue along the near side. He is met at around the 30, and he is pushed backward with really no running room on that kick return, a short kick and a short return.
With a return, Rue picks up the ball.
Stoughton gets it to start here, the third quarter. They lead 6-0 on an Alex Showquist 28-yard touchdown run. It could have been more for Stoughton, but they had a 37-yard loss on a play from the 6-yard line late in the first half, and that prevented them from taking a 2-score lead. So they get it first here in the third quarter, Stoughton up 6-0. Gonzalez to the near side on 1st and 10. They go with Iverson for a very short gain for about a yard, and right in the middle of that for Canton,
It goes to Alex
Jude Albert,
Iverson for the first time tonight.
the captain for Canton.
Iverson,
So a short gain for Alex Iverson.
Actually, 2nd and 9.
As we are underway here in the third quarter, ball on the 28. It is 2nd and 9.
Jack Connolly with a tackle for the Bulldogs. 2nd and 9 on their own 28.
2nd down and 9. On its last possession of the first half, Stoughton with a fumble on a bad snap. Evan Gibb had no chance on that, and Stoughton was denied going up 2 scores. So here, to start the third quarter, it's 2nd and 9. The play fake, and he is sacked from behind, is Evan Gibb, by Owen Lehane, the sophomore.
He seems to be making a lot of plays today. I mean, he's doing the kickoffs. He's all over the backfield on defense. So
looking past, didn't see him coming.
Well, that's a quarterback's worst nightmare, the blindside sack.
Oh, yeah. it's good that he held onto the ball. He had that awareness, tucking it instead of hanging it loose like that.
But as a defensive lineman, that's a dream.
Yeah, absolutely.
Tommy, of course, a defensive lineman here for Stonehill. Here at Stonehill College, a very exciting evening for the Black Knights playing here at this wonderful facility. This campus is beautiful.
Third and 13 after that.
Oh yeah, I know.
Third and 13.
Third and 13. Stoughton has it on its 23. Will they try to go deep here? Gibbs straight back, rolls to his right, had a little trouble holding it, but a good pass, and that's going to be a first down to Ruben Gonzalez.
Gibbs connects with Ruben Gonzalez.
Up to the 43, a 20-yard gain on that pass play.
Yeah, that's a great play by Evan Gibb. I mean, rolling out to his right and still being able to get that much power on that pass, it's a strong arm right there.
I couldn't tell. It looked like he was having a little trouble at the beginning, but he as we talked about, had poise on that pass. He is a very poised player. Doesn't panic. He just got sacked. He throws a dart on the next play, and it's 1st and 10 on the Stoughton 43. They go up the middle, and that's Shoquist. Powerful over midfield down to the 49.
Shoquist with a big run.
8-yard gain. Shoquist with the score in the game, a 28-yarder in the second quarter.
Just over the 50 on the 49, just shy of the first down. 2nd and 2.
2nd and 2. So Stoughton's Gibb to Ruben Gonzalez for the first down pass to keep this drive alive. Now Stoughton has it in Canton territory again. It's 2nd and 2. And that did not deceive Canton. It'll be 3rd down coming up.
Give it a Shoquist again.
Shoquist with the carry.
Alec Ragusa there with us. Tackle.
So the ball is squarely at midfield.
Back to the 50.
They need to get to the 46 of Canton. Stoughton leading 6-0. We're just underway in the 3rd quarter. First series of the second half on homecoming evening. We had a wonderful homecoming at halftime, a wonderful ceremony. 3rd and 4. Lee is thrown for a huge loss on the run. And the Canton defense has been very tough with Brendan Albert heading the way, number 35.
Yeah, Canton looked like right there they had 3 down linemen, and then they looked like they had at least 2 of their linebackers lined up in the gap, so they were bringing the house there.
Ragusa and
So Lee had a 17-yard carry in the first half.
Bring him down on
Lee had a big game against Canton in both games last year. But he is stopped on that 3rd down play from midfield, and now the punt by Feeney, a low bouncing kick. Picked up by Fitzgerald, goes up the middle, over the 25, takes a hard hit, and is dropped to the 27.
There picking up Feeney's punt right around the 20.
So Canton with its first series of the second half. Canton had a golden opportunity to start this game on
to bring him down.
Situation where they had the ball in Stoughton territory following the opening kickoff. Elaine Jean with a terrific return. They got a first down on the first play from scrimmage, but then on a 3rd and short.
And it's 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs.
The sophomore quarterback tried to go deep. Matt Hadley had the interception, and that was Canton's best scoring opportunity. So now we start Canton's first series here with a swing pass. And that went out to Ryan Lentil, Lentol. He's a junior. That's his first action of the game. Short game.
Matt Hadley there with a tackle.
Hadley with the tackle. He had the big interception
down right
in the first half,
29.
Preventing Canton from
gain, and it's
scoring. It was a situation where the quarterback Hagan threw into a double team, and Sanda was back there, but Hadley had the interception. 2nd down and 8. Hagan calling signals. Hands to Ragusa. Gain of about 3. Jason Joseph, who had a big defensive play last week, returning a fumble for a touchdown.
Up the middle.
He is in on the stop there. It's 3rd down coming up for the Bulldogs. Ball at the 33. 3rd and 4. Big play for Canton on its first series of the second half. Sophomore quarterback, Johnny Hagan. They go up the middle.
Giving it to Ragusa again. Alec Ragusa,
the workhorse. He has 7 touchdowns for the season.
And it's good enough for the first down.
That's a first down for Canton on the 38. So they go to Ragusa and they get the first.
Yeah, he definitely earned that one. It looked like he ran through a couple defenders, but that's a good effort right there.
On the 38.
Stoughton's defense coming into the game averaging 10 points a game allowed. They have not allowed a point yet here in this game. It's 6-0. On first down, they go to Harris along the near side. Somehow he got through a couple guys and got positive yards out of that, up to near the 45.
Johnny Hagan finds Tony Harris.
So a gain of about 7 on that play. Harris is a very talented offensive player. That was a 6-yard gain to the 44. It'll be 2nd down and 4.
Anthony Burke with a big hit. Burke pushing Harris.
So Canton has a first down on this drive.
44. And that's 2nd and
Here
4.
we have 2nd and 4 on the 44. 2 receivers out to the right. Hagan. The blitz, the fumble. Who recovered? We will see. It is David Bell on the blitz for Stoughton, and the Knights recover.
That's a great play. I mean, that quarterback saw it, but the defender was able to get his hands on him and ultimately cause that fumble right there.
Well, when you have an inexperienced quarterback, what do you do in those cases? You blitz.
Exactly.
Bulldogs 36.
So David Bell forcing the fumble off the blitz. And now Stoughton with another opportunity.
First and 10 on the
Each team had 2
turnovers
turnovers in the first half. Another Canton turnover. It's 1st and 10. They pitch it to Lee. Or rather, Showquist has it. And he'll go all the way on the deception. Touchdown. Stoughton. Alex Showquist. They faked the pitch to the right side to Lee. Showquist took it, and he has his 2nd touchdown of the game.
That might have been the easiest runner for him all season. He looked like he was untouched into there.
Alex Showquist with his 2nd touchdown. That was a beautifully designed play. I had them pitching it to Lee there, but they faked me out up here. Showquist.
They definitely had the defense faked out there because he was completely untouched and could have walked into the end zone at that point.
33 yards. He has a 28-yard run and a 33-yarder. It is 12-0. They're going to go for 2. They missed the extra point on the first touchdown.
Looks like they're going to go for 2.
So they'll try the 2. 2 receivers out to the left, looking to go up 14-0. Gibb rolling to his right, and he finds Gonzalez, but he drops it. He had it. It was a well-designed play. They had 2 guys out to the left. They went to the right, but Gonzalez couldn't handle the pass.
Yeah, that's a tough one. I mean, when you're running towards the end zone, you gotta run towards the end of the end zone. You gotta be aware of where your feet are, where the ball is, and ultimately it was just too much right there.
So Stoughton faking out the Canton defense and faking out the play-by-play announcer. A fake pitch to Justin Lee, Alan Showquist with his 2nd long run of the game from 33 yards.
Let's hear it for the Black Knights.
The 2-point conversion fails, but right now Stoughton's defense is playing pretty well.
I mean, holding a shutout so far. So
yeah, they've given up a couple plays, but Canton has not been able to sustain a drive, and the Stoughton defense, which had been allowing 10 points a game coming in, is pitching a shutout to this point, and it's 12-0. Knights in the lead.
Black Knights score again.
Josh Kochi will kick the ball off for Stoughton.
Josh Kochi lining up for the
Fitzgerald and Rivera are back for Canton. 12-0 Black Knights. Kochi. That's Gene with the kickoff. He had a big kickoff to start this game, but David Bell, who just forced the fumble on the previous Canton series, makes the play there, number 34, David Bell. Very active here in the 3rd quarter.
Absolutely. I mean, that's a great play on kickoff. He was flying down the field, looked like he beat his blocker, and pretty much came untouched right to hit him.
They bring Gene down right at
So now Canton down 12. Keep in mind, Canton has been in a lot of its games this year, but have fallen short. Now they find themselves down by 12 in what has been a very close game all the way through. It's 1st and 10. They come to the near side. 21 meets 21 head on. That's Ryan Lentil again. And he met Matthew Headley square there.
Oh, yeah.
The two numerical counterparts going nose to nose on that short swing pass.
David Bell with the tackle.
Bell again in on the tackle.
Offensive line.
Bell has been in the middle of the last 3 plays. He forced a fumble on a blitz. He made the tackle on the kickoff return. He makes the tackle on that play. It's 2nd and 5 Canton on its own 25. They're down 12. They throw to the far side. It's caught. Good run over the 35. Excellent running by Jace Emma.
That looked like Ruben Gonzalez with the tackle there. So he's all over the field tonight too.
But that'll result in a Canton first down.
Ruben Gonzalez.
We've seen a little bit of Emma here in this game.
Pushing him out of bounds.
Canton has not been able to really utilize its big playmaker, Tony Harris, number 12. He's been involved in a couple short pass plays, but he is a big play threat. Of course, Ragusa, the running back, always got to be careful about what he's doing out there, number 30. In the wing right is Fitzgerald, number 2. They have another wing to the left. It's 1st and 10. Ragusa up the middle, and that's a good gain of 6 to the 43. 2nd and 4 coming up.
There with a carry. They run it right up the middle.
So that was an interesting formation. They had 2 guys split out. They had a guy go up the middle on that formation.
Yeah, I mean, they're trying to throw a lot at the defense right here.
For the Bulldogs.
Catch them off guard.
4 on their own 43.
So it's 2nd and 4. Rivera to the left of Hagan. They give it to Ragusa. Hard running. And he is got enough for a first down, I believe.
We've said it time and time again this game. Alec Ragusa is a big guy, and he's going to get that first down when he's asked to.
Well, he carries the ball a lot.
Bulldogs get another first down here. Left spotted just shy.
Last week he had 14 carries against Foxborough with 129 yards total rushing and a touchdown. Again, 7 touchdowns coming into the game today.
1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. On the
you can ride that guy all the way to the end zone the way he runs.
Yeah, absolutely.
2:22 to go in the 3rd quarter. As we talk about riding with Ragusa, he goes down to the 45, maybe over the 45. Another 2nd and short for Canton coming up.
Alex Shokewis with the tackle.
2nd and 3 on the Stoughton 44. If you're Canton, down 12-0, a nice long drive
3 for the Bulldogs.
is just the tonic they may need here, keeping the Stoughton offense off the field and trying to get back in this game. Down 12. 2nd down and 3.
They sure did.
And that's another tough run for a first down for Ragusa.
He has been just bulldozing the Stoughton defense right now.
3 to 6 yards every run. Black Knights are going to have to figure him out.
Well, you know, with all the trickery we've had in this game, sometimes it comes down to basic football. And Alec Ragusa is a little more than just basic. He's talented, but he's tough too. 1st and 10 on the Stoughton 38. Johnny Hagan, the quarterback, he's a sophomore. He has 3 passing touchdowns this season. 1st and 10. Here's Ragusa again. This time Stoughton's defense was Shokewist in the middle there, but he got extra yardage out of that. Pretty good game, past the 35 down to around the 33, we'll call it. It'll be 2nd and about 5 on the Stoughton 33. 2 Alex Shokewist touchdowns, 28 yards, 33 yards. That's the scoring in this game.
Down.
Stoughton missed an extra point on a kick. They missed a 2-point conversion. It's 12-0. Now they work the left side with Ragusa. He breaks it and goes down to near the 20. Another tough run for Ragusa, 13 yards. 2 guys brought him down. First and
Ruben
10,
Gonzalez
Canton.
eventually catching up to
Yeah, we see Ragusa. I mean, he's running up the middle this whole series, but then
right on the 20-yard line.
almost tricks the Stoughton defense that he can't go back outside.
I'm going to guess they go to Ragusa.
On the 20.
There he is. 2 yards. Second and 8.
They give it to Ragusa
At some
again.
point, Stoughton will figure this out, and we may see some play action perhaps.
Yeah.
Maybe that's a way to
This
involve
time.
Tony Harris, the playmaker.
Absolutely.
Anthony Burke catching up to
However, we also saw a situation on
Get a yard, though.
Canton's first
It's gonna be
series
second and
where on
9,
a
and we
third
come
and
back to
short,
this
they threw an
timeout.
interception into a double team. They don't want that to happen. This has been a really nice drive for Canton.
The 22nd timeout.
They started the ball. Canton started this series on the, I think it was close to the 30 as we check our notes here, but this has been a long, sustained drive. It was on the 25, so they've marched.
Looks like.
About 56 yards to this
Yeah.
point without riding Alec Ragusa. So, a very nice drive by the Bulldogs, but it's imperative as we are late here in the third quarter that they take advantage of this great running by the senior running back
Well, let's see if they do it
Ragusa.
again.
It's second down and 8. Rolling to his right, Hagan. Over the 15, down to the 13, but a flag. This may come back.
Same thing over and over again.
It looks like it might have been a holding on one of the offensive linemen there.
Those plays. It's a
So
quarterback
for a
keep.
rare play, they did not go to
Hagan
Ragusa.
with
They
a
tried
six.
something different.
Although there's a flag
Maybe
on the
they should just
play.
keep giving the ball to Ragusa.
I mean, without the hold, that would have been a good play.
It would have been.
So, I mean, I guess
Calls
it works on the
holding
defense, getting them at least to
Canton.
lull them into one pattern and then switching it up with something else.
So
Ball
a
there
costly
on the 18,
penalty
and
against
walk it
Canton.
back 10.
They had the ball inside the 15, but now it's brought all the way back to the 28. We have 13 seconds on the clock in the third quarter. 6 points for Stoughton in the second
No,
quarter.
repeat
They've had
second
6 here
down,
in the third
second.
quarter. It's 12-0. The clock is running. They may just wait and talk about it on the sideline.
20.
They're going to do that. That is the end of the
That's the
third
end of the
quarter.
third quarter.
Here from beautiful Stonehill College.
Ragusa and the Bulldogs.
Two
making
ancient
progress
rivals,
through
Stoughton
the
and
Blackhawks
Canton.
defense from about
Canton
the 25-yard line.
has been on a
All the way up
long,
to the
sustained drive here
15.
at the end of the third quarter.
And after that,
But Stoughton
holding
has the
call,
lead,
After this,
averaging about 10 points allowed per game this season. They've not allowed a point to this point. But this game is a lot closer, I should say, than the 2 games last year.
Breaking news.
Yeah, I mean, even at 12-0, this is really still anybody's game. If Canton didn't capitalize right here, I mean, it's wide open still. The way their defense has been playing, at least. I mean, 12 points for an offense that averages 25, that's pretty good so far.
So Canton is an obviously improved team, and they're using a lot of young players. Last week's game was particularly tough for the Bulldogs. They've been in these games. They were in a situation in overtime where the schools had worked it out that they weren't going to kick, but there was some confusion as to whether Foxborough was going to go for the winning field goal or not, and they talked about it for 15 minutes after Canton was under the impression that they couldn't kick the ball. They had the ball prior. They threw an interception. Foxborough got it back. Foxborough was going to go for the winning field goal, and Canton said, wait a minute, we thought nobody could kick in the overtime. So they talked about it. It was ruled that both teams had agreed they weren't going to kick. Foxborough with a 6-pointer to win the game, 27-21. And that just was a situation where the young Canton team almost came away with a victory against a team that beat Stoughton 13-12 this season. So you know Canton is very competitive right now. And they're only down 12. It's second down and 20 after that holding penalty as we start the fourth quarter. Hagan fakes. Now goes the seam pass over Harris's head, incomplete. There they look for Harris on the play fake. And I think we talked about maybe they would try something like that. It didn't work.
Looks like he overthrew him a little bit, but I mean, Harris almost had it. He got a hand on it, but just a little bit too high for him.
Justin Lee.
So they look for Harris.
There.
This is 4-down territory for
Lee disrupting that pass, so it's an incomplete pass, and that's
Canton. They don't necessarily have to get the first down on this play if they're going to go for it on a 4th down.
Yeah, absolutely.
They've got 20 yards to get. They have it on the Stoughton 28. It's 3rd and 20. The quarterback is sophomore Johnny Hagan. He has 3 passing touchdowns this year. Again, keep an eye on the guy to the near side, number 12, Tony Harris.
One-on-one coverage with him. I think they might be throwing it to Harris.
We'll see. Hadley had an interception earlier, another play fake, and it looks like a procedure penalty. That's going to push it back to the 33.
Yeah, it looks like a false start for Canton.
A dead ball.
So now it's going to be
offsides on the offense.
3rd and 25 for Canton.
Bulldogs
so they
give
have
themselves a deeper hole here.
had a long sustained drive featuring the tough running of the senior running back Alec Ragusa. And they had it down inside the 20. They were moving, but a holding penalty pushed them back, and it's gotten worse.
Yeah, I'm sure Coach Bowen wants that one back. I mean, offsides penalty on the offense, that's just tough. That's tough right there in that situation.
2 venerable coaches, Greg Burke for Stoughton, Dave Bohane of Canton.
See if Johnny Hagan can pull out.
3rd down and 25 now.
3rd and 25.
They've blitzed a couple times. Not sure they need to do it here on 3rd and long. Hagan throwing deep for Harris. The jump ball knocked away on the double team. And that's Hadley down there. Hadley's been terrific covering Harris. 4th down coming up.
I mean, I see what Hagan was doing there. He wants to throw to his best receiver. He thinks my guy's 6'4", he can beat a double coverage, and I mean, just didn't work out for him that time.
That's where you take your athlete and you say, here, catch it.
My guy's better than your guy,
right.
I'm going to beat you.
But Hadley knocked it away.
That's some great defense right there.
Yeah, and you know, Harris is
4th and 25.
a tall receiver.
On the 33.
6'4". Hadley, 6 feet, 4-inch differential, but he was up to the task.
Yeah, that's a great play by him right there.
A timeout here.
So now Canton will use a timeout with 10:46 to go in the 4th quarter. It's 12-0. So this really impressive Canton drive is stalled after the penalties. They've had 2 penalties, a hold and a false start, and now they're in a position where 4th and 25 is going to be tough to come up with. The Stoughton defense is covering the deep pass.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we see some sort of trickeration here, whether it's a double move or who knows. I'm thinking we'll see something. I'm sure that's what they're discussing down on the sidelines right now.
Well, even if they don't get the first down, they may design a play where they come up with some yardage to push Stoughton back a little bit. But they don't want to come out of this drive with nothing. This has been a really good drive, and they're down 2 scores, giving the ball back to Stoughton at this juncture. We've seen several sustained drives by Stoughton in the later stages of games this year.
Not seeing Harris.
Canton really needs a score in this drive, but now it's 4th and 25. What will they do from the Stoughton 33? Hadley rolls to his right. He's going to run. He's got a lot of room to run. He gets inside the 20,
oh my goodness.
the 15,
wow.
inside the 10. That is a 1st and goal.
Wow.
What a run by the sophomore quarterback on 4th down and 25. It goes from the 33-yard line to the 7, a 26-yard run by Johnny Hagan, and that's the kind of play that could turn a game around.
That's really, I mean, I'm not sure if that was a design play or not, but he got out of the gates and he was flying right there.
Well, I guess he can run.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I mean, he had open space and he took advantage of it. 1st and goal in the 7. Canton down 12. Ragusa is stopped by Burke on a beautiful tackle. 3-yard loss, 2nd down and goal.
And back to that Johnny Hagan run, I mean, that's great awareness by his receivers. They see him running and they start blocking their defenders. That's just great awareness by the whole team there.
So Canton makes a big play, but then Anthony Burke, the senior,
it's going to be 2nd and goal on the 10.
The captain comes back and makes a beautiful defensive play on his own, to create a 2nd and goal from the 10-yard line for Canton. Harris to the near side. Out to the right is Christian Walker, number 3. We haven't called his number. Hagan to his left, looking to the end zone. That's overthrown. It was overthrown around the 5-yard line for James Murphy, another player we haven't called, a sophomore. So they're throwing the kitchen sink at Stoughton here from the
3rd and 10.
10-yard line. It's now 3rd and goal coming up.
I mean, yeah, that's it. You see it at every level. You got to spread the ball around if you want to win. And we see that from Stoughton's offense too. They've got a lot of players getting touches on the ball.
This is a big series in this game. 3rd and goal after the great run on a 4th and 25 by the quarterback Hagan. 3rd and goal. Harris to the near side. Walker to the right. Ragusa behind Hagan throws over the middle, caught by Harris, and that is dropped on a terrific defensive play again by Hadley.
That's a great play there. I mean, he had that ball in his hands. He was just trying to tuck it and then gets knocked out.
With a tackle, knocking the ball.
This is becoming very physical, the Stoughton defense on this series.
The refs call it an incomplete
Burke with a play on the first play from the 7-yard line. Now Hadley with the stick on Tony Harris.
Knocking the ball.
3rd and goal, or 4th and goal coming up for the 10 now. 4th and goal.
This is a big play here for Canton.
It is.
Goal.
Well, we saw what they did on 4th and 25. This is 4th and goal from the 10. Huge moment in the game. Canton up 12. Again, Harris to the near side on 4th and goal. Into the end zone, picked off. Ruben Gonzalez with the interception. Comes out past the 20. Stoughton avoids a Canton score. Their 2nd interception
In the end zone. Wow.
in the end zone. And that's, at the end of the day, that's going to be one of the main storylines if the score holds up the way it is. Gonzalez with the
saw
pick.
the opening, he knew he had it, and he gave
And that is his 2nd interception of the season. Ruben Gonzalez has been
the Bulldogs
versatile, personified this season. Kickoff returns, touchdown passes, long runs. Now 2 interceptions, and that was a huge one on 4th and goal from the 10. The quarterback Hagan throws the pick. And now we'll see if Stoughton tries to control the ball. Here's Iverson sweeping the left side over the 30, along the sideline, big gain, past midfield, and Iverson into Canton territory. That play started on the 22.
45 yards.
We'll see when they mark it. It
Looks like there's a flag on the play way back by the 30-yard line.
A flag. Hold on that. Long run by Iverson.
I'm sure Stoughton was expecting just a few run plays, maybe run the clock down a little bit, get a solid drive going, but...
Well, penalties hurt Canton's offense on the last series.
Absolutely.
Penalties, costly, always.
Holding
and here, hold
Stoughton.
against Stoughton. We'll push this way back. Iverson with a beautiful run into Canton territory, negated. So it goes all the way back to the near the original line of scrimmage. It's at the 23.
Looks like it'll be a first down. 1st and 9.
1st and 9 on the 23. So that Iverson run started on the 22. I didn't see where they marked it officially, but he had it around the 40-yard line of Canton, so that long run was negated. 1st and 9. Now they try the near side with Lee, and Lee goes out of bounds around the 35.
For the first down.
That's a first down for Justin Lee. Good play, good blocking.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and that's what they're trying to do. Just get the first down, keep this drive going, and hopefully they can run the clock down a little bit.
Ball marked to the 36, a gain of 13 for Justin Lee.
Lee gets the first down.
So Stoughton's versatility, Iverson, Lee.
6-yard line.
Sometimes they use Gonzalez on the runs.
36.
Sanda is out to the far side. It's 1st and 10 on the 36. Stoughton has a lot of options offensively, but Iverson fumbles, and that is fortunate. Stoughton gets it back. That could have been a very problematic situation.
Alex
They
Iverson.
had a couple defenders right in that area, but luckily Iverson was able to jump on it.
Iverson makes the fumble and the recovery.
So he got his own fumble
Lucky to hold on to that
back, and that was fortunate.
Bring him back to
It's
the
back
30.
at the 30.
And it's
5-yard
second
loss, second and
and
15.
15.
Turnovers have been plaguing both teams in this game. We saw Stoughton going in for what looked to be a second scorer late in the first half on a high snap and a 37-yard loss after the ball was loose, prevented Stoughton from taking a 2-score lead in the first half. 2 scores in the game, both by Alex Shoquist. A 28-yard run in the second quarter, a 33-yard run here in the third quarter. It's 12-0 Black Knights, looking to go 4-1 and improve to 2-1 in the Davenport division. Canton was 0-2 in the Davenport coming in. Big game tonight, by the way, in the Davenport division with Foxborough taking on North Attleboro. North Attleboro is here next week.
Well, again,
both Foxborough and North Attleboro are 2-0 in the division.
Homecoming football game here.
So, if you're Stoughton and you go up 4 to with a record, of 2-1
Stonehill
in the Davenport with a win here tonight, if they go 2-1, I think you're hoping that North Attleboro beats Foxborough because that would create tie-breaking scenarios for Stoughton should they beat North Attleboro.
Exactly.
Second and 15 as we resume here. The give to Iverson. Working the far side, tripped up, and that could have been a good gain.
That looked like that same exact play where Iverson had the big run that was called back, and he almost did it again. He just got barely tripped up right there.
Yeah, that had big play potential. It got about 6. Iverson fumbled and recovered his own fumble on the play before that. Hold on to the ball, even if you don't get the first down. But I think we had another penalty, Tommy.
That's what it looks like.
So penalties again being a factor here in the
penalty goes against
second
the
half.
Black Knights. It's another holding call.
So a low-scoring game here, 12-0.
And walk it back.
Stoughton scored tons of points against Canton last year, but it's been a struggle. They've had 2 long scoring runs by Shoquist. They've had some good plays,
It's
but
going to be 2nd and 20.
they're below their average at this point scoring for the season. 25 points a game coming in, 33 points in its last game against Sharon. With another penalty, it's 2nd down and 20. We've already had a long run by Iverson negated on this drive. They throw it to the near side on a short, safe pass to, I believe that's Lee.
Yeah, Justin Lee right there with the catch.
Lee getting that from Gibb.
Not looking to take big chances with their play calling. 7:05 to go, up 2 scores.
Yeah, absolutely. At this point, they're just trying to keep Canton's offense off the field.
Timeout, Canton. Black Knights.
So the Bulldogs call timeout.
Shy of the 30.
The Bulldogs had it down to the Stoughton 10 on its last drive after a tremendous play by the sophomore quarterback, Hagan, to run for a first down on 4th and 25. They had it on the 7-yard line of Stoughton, looking to make this game a 1-score game. But Stoughton came up big defensively. Anthony Burke with a big play from his position on the first play. It came down to a 4th down pass play and an interception by Ruben Gonzalez. Another big defensive turnover by the Knights in this game in the end zone.
Yeah.
And they're still pitching a shutout.
Yeah, I'm sure Canton wish they could have had that one back though on that last play. But so it goes.
But now Canton can get the ball back if they can stop Stoughton on 3rd and 16. Stoughton has had a couple penalties on this series.
3rd and 16 for the Knights.
7:05 to go, 4th quarter. Gibb will go straight back. Looking deep. It is that interference? They do not call it.
Looking for Ruben
Gonzalez. I don't want to be the official up here, but I thought he got pushed to the ground there.
That one's a little bit tough. It looked like there was a little bit of pushing on both sides, but I mean, that could have gone either way.
I see Greg Burke with his arms outstretched, his hands on his hips. I think he probably agreed with me. It was very physical. They were looking deep to Gonzalez, but on the 3rd and 16, they are forced to punt, so Canton will get the ball back. Still time for Canton. 6:58 to go, down 12. Stoughton had a long run by Iverson negated on a penalty.
7 minutes to play.
The drive stalled.
Yeah,
and now they're forced to punt.
Absolutely.
Feeney with the punt. Takes a bounce. Bouncing around midfield.
The Dogs are going to let it
and
go.
It's covered up by Rahman around the 48. So Canton with great field position, down 12, 6:49 to go, fourth quarter.
Yeah, you have to think if they can score within the next minute or two, they might not even have to go for an onside kick.
Just barely, though. So the
Getting close to that situation, though.
Well, to that point, on the last drive,
the Bulldogs have
they were riding the running ability of Alec Ragusa,
48-yard line.
but that takes a lot of time. So if they keep doing that and get a score, it may take 3, 4, or 5 minutes to get to that end zone if they do that. But then again, they may decide, you know what, let's do whatever we have to do to get a score, and we'll see where we are.
Yeah,
They got 2 receivers out to the right and left on first down. It comes to the near side for Harris. He's over midfield, still on his feet, and he is thrown hard to the ground. Hadley's been really physical, the defensive back.
Absolutely, yeah.
Good gain, though, for Harris.
Hadley with a tackle.
Yeah, now we're really going to see whether or how much they trust Johnny Hagan, if they're going to let him run this offense and pass the ball around, or if they're going to give the ball to Ragusa more.
We get 6.
6-yard gain, second and 4 on the Stoughton 46. Hagan, the quarterback. He's looking deep, and now he goes to the near side. That is caught, and it is in bounds, they say. In bounds. That was a beautiful catch.
That's a great catch.
I don't know how he stayed in bounds. That was
onto the sidelines.
That was that Jace Emma, the sophomore. We've called his name a few times.
That is a great catch. Good field awareness, getting that foot in bounds. That's a great play.
13 yards. First down and 10 for Canton. They come to the near side with Harris. Goes up the sideline, positive yardage, and he goes out of bounds, killing the clock. This is a good drive right now for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, absolutely. It's looking pretty good so far. And they're definitely letting Hagan throw the ball right now, so that's good to see.
Steve Vecchione here today with Stonehill's Tommy Bernonis, defensive lineman. We are at Stonehill College. Stoughton leads Canton 12-0. It is second and 5. They go to the far side, and a flag comes down on that incompletion.
They were looking for Ryan Lentil.
So Lentil, who has seen some action here in the second half, the junior, was the intended receiver. Penalty on the play. They're talking, I believe, to Coach Burke, so this may be on the Canton offense. It'll set up a 3rd and 5 if he declines the penalty. Greg Burke is on the field, and he is exhorting his defense here. And we'll see if he elected to take the penalty or if he's going to force a 3rd down. It looks like he declined it.
Looks like the penalty is denied.
So it'll be 3rd down and 5 on the 28.
And a 3rd down.
Once again, the Stoughton defense in a position where Canton is knocking on the door, but they have been up to the task in these situations all game long. We'll see how we do here on 3rd and 5. Ragusa runs the right side. He has the first down inside the 20. 1st and 10, Canton. Ragusa again.
Yeah, absolutely. But with Stoughton's defense, I mean, this is a classic case of bend, don't break. I mean, Canton's gotten in, even inside the 10-yard line, but holding up 0 points right now. That's pretty good by them.
And they haven't really used a lot of time to get to where they are now. They're on the 19. 1st down and 10. That's going to be thrown out of bounds by Hagan. He had nowhere to go there.
Yeah, they were in the backfield real quick there. He just had to get that out of there.
2 touchdown runs by Stoughton's Alex Shoquist. That is the scoring we've had in this game. 1 in the second quarter, 1 in the third quarter. Stoughton has missed its 2 conversions. It's a 12-point game. As we've been talking about this game between these 2 ancient rivals, a lot closer tonight than it was in the 2 games last year. 2 Canton receivers to the left on 2nd and 10. Hagan goes to the far side. That's caught by Walker. Walker gets down near the 15. Short gain. It'll be 3rd and about 5 or 6.
And the clock is running now because he was not able to get out of bounds. So they got to get on the clock, or they got to get on the line quick and run a play here. They're trying to conserve time.
Ball marked on the 16. 3rd and 7. Hagan. They go to Ragusa. He stopped. It's 4th down coming up. Probably not in position for a field goal. I think they're going to have to go for it.
Definitely going to go for it here. I mean, a field goal makes it a 9-point game. That's still a two-score game, so got to go to the end zone here.
They do have a 31-yard field goal this season, one of 4 teams in the league to convert a field goal, but it really does them no good at this point. 12-3 is still 2 scores. They're going to have to go for it, I believe, and they're talking about it along the near side. Johnny Hagan with the coaching staff, Coach Bohane out there. This is a major play for the Bulldogs if they're going to get back in the game. The ball is marked on the 19-yard line.
It wouldn't surprise me here if they just go for something like right at the 5-yard line just to get the first down.
For the Bulldogs, and they're going for it.
Watch for Tony Harris, 12. Hagan to his left in trouble, and he is sacked by Feeney, and a major play by the Stoughton defense again, denying Canton.
The classic bend don't break. I mean, they're getting closer. They got the momentum, and then Stoughton makes a play like that right there. Stopping the momentum, getting the ball back.
So Paul Feeney,
4th down,
with the sack
after the sack
of Hagan.
The Black Knights will pick
and the Knights, if they can hold on to the ball,
5 minutes to play,
can probably run some time and come closer to a 4-1 start overall. If they can hold on to this lead. It's 1st and 10, less than 5 to go, 4th quarter. Evan Gibb, the quarterback. That's Iverson running the far side. Tries to stay in bounds. He does. Doesn't gain much, but the clock will tick.
Looking for a way through.
Yeah, that's really just what they got to focus on this series.
Canton using a timeout. Canton has had its chances here in the second half. They had an opportunity to start the game, an interception in the end zone. Here in this half, they've had an interception in the end zone. They've
2 drives ended up at the 10-yard line.
They've taken the ball into Stoughton territory, but have been unable to convert. We've seen some impressive running by Alec Ragusa of Canton. We've also seen some really impressive running by Alex Shoquist of Stoughton with his 2 touchdown runs. He's also been terrific defensively in this game.
Absolutely.
Both sides of the ball.
He's been all over the field today.
4:44 to go in the 4th quarter. Again, this is one of 2 games here at Stonehill College for the Knights. Next week, North Attleboro, 7:30 start time.
Iverson got a foot or 2, so we'll call it 2nd.
2nd and 10 as we resume. Canton just used the timeout. This is Shoquist along the far side.
Does he have another one? Oh.
Harris with a tackle.
With a first down carry.
Harris saved a possible touchdown.
Absolutely.
Shoquist got through the defense.
That's another long run by Shoquist.
Tony Harris.
So that
keeping pace and really choosing.
Brings the ball to Canton territory on the Canton 48.
He knew he had the first down.
It's 1st and 10. The Knights
just
could be on their way to a 2-1
territory. The Black
record in the Davenport.
On the 48.
Eyeing the top spot. Moving forward in the division, a tough loss to Foxborough a couple weeks ago in the pouring rain. They had 12 points in that game, but they gave up 13 to Foxborough. Lots of whistles. 4:09 to go, 4:08. It is Stoughton on the move. I think Stoughton called time after that first down. So turnovers have been a big story in the game so far, and if you're Canton, those 2 interceptions in the end zone, you're looking back at that perhaps when this game is over.
Yeah, those are 2 plays you wish you could have back. I mean, especially that first one. I mean, if they convert on that first drive, that big kick return that ends up with an interception in the end zone, I mean, could have started the game hot, but ended up being big momentum swing.
It's been a relatively quiet game for Stoughton quarterback Evan Gibb, who has put up impressive numbers running and passing this year. But what do you think of the Canton quarterback, Johnny Hayden? What do you think of what you've seen from him? He's a sophomore.
As a sophomore, I mean, he seems to be playing well so far, and I'm sure Canton's just as confident about that too, looking ahead for the future.
Yeah, he's made some mistakes, but that 4th and 25 run was really impressive. 4:08 to go. That's a first down run for Stoughton as they try to keep the clock moving and lead with very tough running. He is a very tough
Looks like he might have got up
senior,
to the line of scrimmage.
and he stayed on his feet, and the clock is ticking, and another timeout. Could be a loss of a yard on that play.
Yeah, that's a big effort for not a big gain,
Like
if any gain at all.
I don't know how he stayed on his feet there.
Back from this 20-second timeout.
Alex Shoquist with the 2 touchdowns for Stoughton. They have North Attleboro next week. They have Milford at Milford the week after that. Again, this is a year of transition for Greg Burke's Stoughton Black Knights. Coming into the season, losing a lot of players.
This will be Canton's final timeout.
And on the road
4 minutes to
all
play.
year long. This is considered a home game, and it's a very good crowd here by Stoughton on homecoming. Beautiful accommodations here at Stonehill. But every game this year away from Stoughton High. It's 2nd and 11. Iverson. That was on a counter. Short gain. 3rd down coming up.
And just before that last play, Canton actually used his last timeout, so that could come back to bite them, seeing as just about 3.5 minutes left. I mean, they're not leaving their offense much time.
So chances are we'll see a run here by Stoughton. No need to put the ball up in the air. They can kill a lot of clock, and if they don't get the first down, they can punt it deep into Canton territory.
Absolutely.
And they are taking their time getting in the play here as the clock runs. Stoughton up 12. Alex Shoquist with 2 touchdowns.
Black Knights taking their time. They can afford to beat
the Black Knights bending but not breaking defensively in this game, and another penalty.
Flag there.
Looks like they just got a delay game penalty right there.
That'll push it back into Stoughton territory. Still, they're in good position with 3:07 on the clock. 3rd and long, but we may see a run here to knock some more time off the clock with Canton's timeout situation as it is.
Absolutely.
47, and it's going to be 3rd and 15 now.
Ball on the 47, 3rd and 15. Gibb gets the play. Jason Joseph is in for an extra tight end on the line, more blocking. You would think run here on 3rd and 15. And of course they pass. They go onto the far side, Gonzalez, over close to midfield. Well, they showed a run and they threw it out to Gonzalez, and I'm surprised they put the ball in the air, but it's a safe play and it's 4th down coming up with the clock running.
With that type of play, I mean, a quick swing pass out to the sideline, I mean, it's safe bet. Usually not going to get picked unless you got an amazing defender. So
I do recall seeing a deflection for an interception by Canton earlier in the first half. I'd be conservative in that case, but Greg Burke has been known to do a lot of different kinds of things with his offense. They are a very diverse offense. They run a lot of interesting plays, and they punt after that short completion. Canton has it. 2:20 to go. They are going to need a big scoring drive here in a short amount of time. They're going to need an onside kick after that, and then they're going to need another touchdown in the next 2:20.
A lot has to go right for Canton right now.
Now, it's not that it's never happened before, but Right now it's a situation where Canton needs 79 yards for a touchdown to get back in the game. And I'm thinking prevent defense here. On 1st and 10.
1st and 10.
Tony Harris to the near side. They go to the far side. Walker. Lee with the tackle out of bounds. Close to the 30.
As you had mentioned, I mean, 2 minutes and 2-score comeback, it's not impossible. And I mean, it's not impossible. I mean, I've been on the receiving end and I've been on the giving end of them, and it's stressful either way.
So 2nd and 2.
So 2nd and 2 on the 28. Canton needs big plays, and they're going to look for their playmaker Harris to try something here. He gets the pass and goes up to the 35, but the clock will run. That's a first down.
That's a first down, so, I mean, they got to get moving, though.
Matt Hadley with a tackle. Bulldogs get a first down here.
2:05 to go. The clock stopped as they move the chains.
2 minutes on the clock.
Johnny Hagan, the sophomore quarterback, has made some mistakes, has made some good plays. That's a good play to Harris in the space and over the 40 down to the 38. So that's a good play. A little seam pass with Tony Harris. They've been utilizing him along the sideline. That time he was up the middle.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm sure it's almost a fortunate injury right there, as Canton now probably has to take a timeout for that.
Well, we'll see how the Stoughton player does. They don't have a number right now. Hopefully he's okay.
Hopefully nothing too serious.
Yeah, of course. And so we'll see. We'll take a short break here. We'll come back. Canton on the move here, but we have an injury. 12-0 Stoughton.
College, both the home and away.
Ruben Gonzalez was the injured player for Stoughton. He got up and he's limping off. He's had a terrific game defensively with that big interception. But he leaves, limping off.
Really appreciate your help.
Play resumes. Canton in Stoughton territory. They come to the near side. That's caught by Emma. He stays in bounds. That's going to kill some time.
Yeah, that's, I don't know. He had the sideline open there. He could have gone out, but he wanted the extra yards and might not have been the best decision there.
Just shy of the first down. They kill the clock, I think. Was that a 3rd down play? So Hagan threw the ball to the ground to stop the clock. So
we'll go to 3rd and
that was a 2nd down play, so it'll be 3rd down and short coming up. They felt they needed to save some seconds there. They cost them a down.
Yeah.
That was 3rd and 2 on the 28. 2 receivers out to the left. Hagan to the near side. That's Emma. Now he gets out of bounds. Hadley pushes him out. That's a first down.
That's a good play right there. Just getting the first down, getting out of bounds. That's really all you need in this situation.
1:26 to go, 4th quarter.
20 seconds.
Canton on the Stoughton 24.
On the Knights 25.
1st and 10.
1st and 10 on the 25.
Canton needs 2 scores. Trying for its first score.
Emma again.
Emma.
Knocked out of bounds just
with the catch. He's been active here in the second half. That's a short gain.
2nd and 11.
But that's not going to help them that much. Actually, it could have been a loss there. It was a loss of a yard. 2nd and 11. 1 minute 20 to go. Canton has done a fairly efficient job getting to this point on the drive, but they got to score. They go to Ragusa up the gut. He gets about 8.
They give it to Ragusa up the middle.
And that's a first down.
He's been running the ball well, but I don't know about that play call in this situation.
Clock is ticking.
So it's on the 17. Hagan to the far side. Joseph, rather, on the defense for Stoughton was Malachi Green Hightower. That reception is killing seconds for Canton.
To the 15.
It was a big 4th down right here.
And 3.
4th down coming up. Hagan rolling to his right. Knocked down.
Hagan looking for a pass.
Knocked down.
4th and 3, and it's blocked. 30 seconds on the clock.
So there's 34 seconds to go. and this game is effectively over.
I mean, yeah, Stoughton just got to take a knee, and that'll be it. That was great defense there by Stoughton, though, knocking that pass down before he got a chance to get to the receiver.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, we really thank you for coming out.
Well, Tommy, it's been a pleasure working with you here today from Stonehill.
It's been a pleasure being here.
Who do you have coming up on your schedule?
Next weekend we have University of New Haven down in New Haven.
So. Oh, they're a perennial, really good program.
Yeah, they're not looking too good this year. I mean, but obviously we got to play every week like the best team in the country. So should be a good game.
Any road game's a tough one.
Any road game is a tough one. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, we knew it was going to be a good game.
So the clock is running.
Teams young, plenty of room to grow.
And Stoughton is on its way to a 4-1 overall record. They've beaten Franklin and Catholic Memorial in non-conference action. They lost its first Davenport game to Foxborough, but now a win over Sharon, and tonight, as the clock winds down, this will be a Stoughton victory.
That's the game. Ladies and gentlemen,
the game is over, and the final score is Stoughton 12 and Canton nothing. Stoughton beats its ancient rival here at Stonehill College. The first of 2 games being played here at Stonehill. Next week for the Knights, North Attleboro. Again, the final 2 Alex Showquist touchdowns for Stoughton. They beat Canton 12-0. For Tommy Bernotis, I'm Steve Ecchione. I want to thank everybody at Stoughton Media Access for tonight's coverage. Again, Stoughton wins 12-0. You've been watching Stoughton Black Knights football on Stoughton Media Access.